Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punches? I was hitting with body punches and I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
BoxingVoice.com.
So you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was touching and taking those punches.
Dazn Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this little quick report. Anthony Joshua being frustrated. He's doing his U.S. media tour. He was on TMZ. There's some audio. There's some quotes. He wants that Wilder fight. He's telling Wilder, if you want to prove something, you got to fight me. So this is what we're going to be talking about real quick late this Tuesday evening. Yeah, so I'm going to head on out to my co-host, Big Mike.
Dazn Productions.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
BoxingVoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. Right? He stayed out like what he said when I stopped.
A man stand up for what he believes in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up, people out there in the TBV universe? Back with another one. Anthony Joshua seems to be a little bit frustrated, trying to get those big fights with Deontay Wilder, trying to get those big fights with Tyson Fury. I don't know about Dylan White, how much he wants that, but he's trying to get those big fights, and from his perspective, he can't get them. Those guys aren't willing to fight him from his perspective. And he just seems a little bit frustrated. And also he says if those guys keep letting him fight and keep letting him progress in his career, he's only going to be more dangerous down the road for those guys. But yeah, that's what we'll be talking about, breaking down and getting to. What's going on, this?
What's up, man? So you sent some audio over.
Yeah, I sent a little couple clips over, you know what I'm saying? One about the direct message to Deontay Wilder, and the other one about guys not taking what he perceives as a lucrative offer to fight him. Guys turning down, and he's just baffled. I mean, I'll let him tell you.
Well, you could keep giving me some fill-in while I find it.
Oh, well, it's just him being, I guess, baffled that they can offer. For example, he brought up the name Ortiz. They offered him $7 million. He didn't take the fight, and he was just like kind of not sure why. And he feels like some of the fans feel the same way. And I mean, I was on here saying that the $7 million was a good offer. I said $5 million was a good offer for Ortiz. But yeah, man, it just seems like he's trying to get that big fight. Maybe he's feeling some pressure from the zone. Maybe he's feeling some pressure from the UK public. You know what I'm saying? They want to see him fight Fury. They want to see him fight Wilder. They want to see him do a rematch with Dylan White. They don't necessarily want to see him fight Andy Ruiz. And there's no disrespect towards Ruiz, but we had Spencer Fury on, that a guy who knows a lot about boxing, and he says Andy goes 4 rounds. But there's also a guy who says Chris Eubank was going to beat George Groves, which I also said, so we're kind of in the same boat with that.
To the tape.
Fury or Wilder, man? Who do you want more? Or who do you want next? You know, everyone wants to know the answer to this question.
I want Wilder. He's got the belt. I've got the 4 belts. WBO, WBA, IBF, IBO. What I need is a WBC. If he's ready and wants to prove he's the best in the world, he can come see me.
2019, you think maybe?
Whenever.
So come see me. But this is more of the same Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. It's like, yo, if Earl want to fight, call me, and then he's saying the same thing. If come see me. It's like, It's more the same, bro. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, it's more the same, but I think the platform on which he said it on may have touched little bit more people and may just reminded them that hey, there is a big heavyweight fight in the balance. These guys need to get in the ring. And I mean, 2019 doesn't seem too far fetched, but I think it's more likely to be 2020. I think Wilder has Brazil, then possibly Ortiz. So it's gonna be a little while before we get to fight. But things like this right here can only improve the popularity of the fight and get us that much closer to making a fight. Because remember last week when we had Shalafinko on and we were talking, you know what I'm saying, he said that him and John talk on like a regular basis now. So I think with that being said, the ball is definitely going to be rolling in that direction.
I mean, that's you being optimistic, man. I mean, I hear Wilder, and I wanted you to get that quote because there's a quote out there, or there's something out there that people are going crazy about, where or Wilder allegedly says even if he was offered 50-50, he might not take the fight right now. Did you
I
see
think I've
that?
seen that shit, man. I just don't know where I've seen it at, man.
Yeah, so I mean, he's probably got his own plan, and he's trying to stick to that. And it's frustrating for fight fans, bro. Frustrating for AJ, but frustrating for everyone. I want to say.
Yeah, man. It just seems like the pendulum swung a little bit. Wilder's trying to, I guess, get a little revenge on what they did to him last year by stringing him along. So he might be trying to play that card. I mean, at the end of the day, I can't really tell another grown man what to do, but I do want to see him in the ring with AJ. In my opinion, the sooner the better. One face, one champion, one name. We all want that, and I just believe in my heart, man, that AJ is a damn good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I like AJ. I like him a lot, but when it comes to Wilder and him, he's not going to be Wilder, man. Wilder is just one of those guys that, in my opinion, is a special talent that only comes around uh, every so often. I was thinking about um, like Wilder compared to like Roy Jones Jr. And I know people are like, Mike, what the fuck are you talking about? Wilder has none of the boxing skills, boxing technique that Roy Jones have. I totally agree with that. But the athleticism that Roy Jones demonstrated in his heyday, I haven't seen a heavyweight as athletic as Deontay Wilder. I don't think in the history of heavyweight boxing. If there is one, please point him out to me. Wilder is 6'7", lean, mean, and a fucking fighting machine, and has a right hand and has reflexes and good balances that can make for a difficult fight for any other top heavyweights right now.
Totally agree, man. But I'm tired of talking about possibilities, bro. I think it's time to talk about actual fights happening.
Go to that second clip, and you'll see AJ making these big offers and his perspective on why these offers aren't being taken.
Um, I'm having a little difficulties playing that at the moment. If you
No
wanna,
problem, no problem, no
we could
problem. We'll wait.
just yeah, we'll just come back to it.
That nigga here rubbing his eyes and shit. Yeah, it's about time to go to the call if we got some.
No, no, no. It's definitely not that. But yeah, let me get it up.
It's all
When
good,
people are
man.
saying like, "Oh, you don't want to fight this one or that one," I don't really get involved in too much of it because I know where I stand with it, and I know the reality of the situation. And I think that the situation with Ortiz kind of brought it to light that we are making lucrative offers, financial offers that people have never earned before to fight for these titles as well in front of some of the biggest and best audiences. So
I mean, yeah, he's making the offers, man. They're just, in my opinion, I don't know how clean offers they are, bro. I mean, you got these back end deals that they're, you know, putting in these rematch clauses, these flat fees, even some of the rematch. I think Luis Ortiz had a flat fee on the rematch as well.
I believe so. I think it was like I think Jay said between 15 and 20. I don't know. I don't want to put words in the mouth, but I do believe he said that it was constructed in the contract that a rematch was in place.
Yeah, so I mean, it's easy to say you want the fight, but I mean, the deal is what gets the fight done. It's the deal, man. How you come to that table and negotiate with the other man. But hopefully, we see a good fight between he and Andy Ruiz. And I don't know. I mean, look, we really can't do nothing at this point besides wait. It's like we just gotta wait and see. Is Wilder really gonna, try to do his own thing? Are AJ and Eddie gonna increase the offer like they mentioned? I mean, I know Eddie mentioned that. Maybe now they gotta increase the offer. Maybe now they gotta come 50-50. But then Wilder also mentioned even if I get 50-50, I might not want to take it. So I think it's just a waiting game. But I also think it's a mind thing. You put it out there. You put it out there. You say you don't want it, even though you want it. You put it out there so that Eddie's forced to come out publicly, make this grand offer, and then you accept.
I I actually spoke to Wilder today via IG, and the impression I got from the messages, man, it just seems like he's in a place where he's not really worried about the outside world or what people think, and he knows. How can I put this? He knows what he wants, and he knows that the plan that he has in place, it seems like the right plan for him, and he's gonna execute it to the best of his ability. And with that being said, man, he has tunnel vision for this Brazil fight. I think people in the last Fury fight really got a misconception on who this guy was. He's looking to come in and make a statement in this Brazil fight, and I just think that's going to go a long way to the Ortiz fight, then possibly the AJ fight next year. I think his run this year is going to make him a bigger star. I think we're in for a real treat come May 18th.
I mean, May 18th's only 2 weeks away, and by treat you mean his performance?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been seeing things on IG. I've been just hearing whispers and shit. It seems like the whole camp and the whole team is just on refocus, retool, and re up mode. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a vendetta against the whole fucking world. Everybody who's been hating, everybody who's been down, definitely gonna be in for a treat.
All right. Well, I mean, that will be interesting to see. Obviously, I mean, everyone's pretty much expecting Wilder to get a big win. So yeah, I mean, hopefully he can do that. And like you said, sway things just a little bit. If he, because I think that's what they're shooting for, right? Like Wilder and his team, it feels like they're shooting to try and solidify a little more leverage.
Just like you said with Earl and
Yeah, I'm not gonna say A side, just leverage. I think they're trying to show what sort of draw they are over here. And I mean, let's be real. Luis Ortiz and Adam Kovnacki back to back in New York. You pick up some momentum.
Yeah, you definitely can with Adam Kornacki. I think the Luis Ortiz fight could possibly be at a different venue. You know what I'm saying? I think that could be possibly like a Vegas fight. You know what
They
I'm saying?
need to not go to Vegas, and they need to finally take Luis Ortiz, who's already had a shot and doesn't have the following of a Kovnacki. They need to take him to Atlanta or Birmingham. And Kovnacki, obviously, in Brooklyn because he's got the Polish background, or in Newark, New Jersey, where there's parking in the Prudential Center, where Polish people already come, where Thomas Adamick sold it out, where Krzysztof Glowacki sold it out versus Cunningham. You can go there, a bigger arena. I'm lying. I don't know which one holds more. But
it sounds good though.
It sounded good. It was going in the right direction. At least we got parking. That's one thing to hang our hats on. All right, we get parking. But let's go out to the phone line. Oh, go.
I didn't realize how big parking was. Like going to these events, man. Parking is fucking a pain in the ass. But I like the idea of Wilder and Ortiz in Atlanta. Ortiz is based down in Miami. A lot of those Cuban fans might
Yeah, and
influx up to
what's
Atlanta.
Atlanta? What's Atlanta, Miami? Maybe 10 hours away, 11
I
hours
mean,
away.
he's probably closer than my nigga. Like he ain't that far at all. And I just think that that is a good location for that fight. We all been hearing Wilder want to make a splash in Atlanta. And I think the Ortiz fight would be the perfect fight to do that.
Now they haven't given us that. Should we stop? I don't know, like guessing, hoping that they're gonna take him and put him in his, hometown or whatever
Home, home away from home.
area, like. Cause I mean, we're really the only ones that's talking about this. Like, you don't even see it being written.
Yeah. You don't see it being written, but just like we never seen a fight down in Kansas until last year with Eddie Hearn. These things happen, and these things happen out of the blue. Now, I think
Yeah, but
Wilder
that was
has.
different. That wasn't out of the blue. Remember, they signed that Olympian, and he's from Kansas, and he was already selling 4,000 tickets out that spot. Like, he was already doing numbers.
Yeah, but I think the Atlanta market is a viable market, especially with all the things that Wilder does behind the scenes outside of boxing. I think yeah, with his friendships and partnerships, I think Atlanta could definitely be a spot where he could thrive. I just think they are maybe a little bit hesitant on taking a chance just yet. Maybe trying to build him up a little bit more. But yeah, Atlanta definitely, in my opinion, a untapped market for boxing. Especially like one thing about, you know what I'm saying, like I ain't gonna lie to you, people in the hood, black people, whatever you want to say, in the city, we like seeing people get knocked the fuck out. We like seeing people get beat up, and that's what Wilder does. Put them down there in Atlanta with all that culture, the just the people, and put on that kind of performance. Definitely, they'll definitely fall in love with him.
All right, let's go out to some super chats. We got Lawrence, but didn't AJ do this to himself and now he's crying about fighting Wilder? Should have took the 50 million. And it looks like Shevin says AJ said he's not attending Deontay Wilder fight and thus far has not agreed to 50-50. I feel Wilder. I do. But if he push AJ fight until he's 36, he will lose.
I don't, if we gotta wait till he's 36, then somebody in the sport of boxing has failed us. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I agree. Let's get out to these callers. But first,
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
going out to the new mastermind in the Nolia.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Oh, you the mastermind now, huh? You know, you done motherfucker upgraded your motherfucking standards, huh? You think
Man,
you the
you
motherfucker
already
big
know
time
what's
until I
happening
shot
with me,
calling that
Mike.
shot, huh? I'm fucking with you, man. What's going on, you know?
Come on, man. I'm cooling, bro. You dig? I see TVV doing their thing, huh? Yeah. I see Ness doing an interview with everybody, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
checking
That's how
y'all
they killing
out,
shit.
bro. Y'all held it down out there in Vegas, bro. Big shout out to TPP, bro. What I like to see out there, you know what I'm saying? Oscar, bro. Oscar was talking some shit, bro, but Oscar always talking, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Now, this wild and AJ shit, bro. I mean, it's a dirty game that Eddie Hearn them started, bro. I hate that it's going down like this, but, you know, you make your bed, you got to lay in it. So, hopefully, bro, at the Wilder fight Brazil, and then Joshua fight. You know what I'm saying? To do Andy. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, bro, the Dazn just go ahead and put all their cards on the table. Because when Wilder came in that motherfucker, they ain't had all the information for him. So maybe next time they have their shit together and we can make the fight happen. I'm a boomerang back in.
All right, and
Already.
thanks for calling in. Mastermind
Absolutely.
Joseph, make sure you press 1. We're going to go out to Boomeranga in my home state, New Jersey. Stand up.
Just right. The king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Yo, TBV back at it.
What up?
Shout out to NO. NO upgrading. He made me get back on my game. Shout out to NO. Listen, shout out to Platinum Girl Scout. Shout out to Scooby Doo Kush. Look, Joshua, man, if he really wants to really make waves with Wilder at this point, it's like, you know, it's funny. This is like any kind of relationship, man. So now, you know, they went through a little ups and downs. First one was pursuing, now the other one's pursuing. So now what Joshua's got to do is not saying disrespectfully only because it's Andy Ruiz. I think he need at least two or three fights. So 2020 is not far off. He need 2 or 3 fights in the United States to kind of make up. Maybe he fights Ruiz and maybe he fights Miller down the line. On the other side of things, man, I think that Wilder, man, you know, and I love Wilder, but he's got to go to the UK and fight a little bit, man. Take one fight over there. It doesn't have to be against Dillian White. Shit, what's he can fight David Allen or David Price and stay there hyping either of those two fucks.
I'm trying to get David
So
Allen
just
killed
go
out here,
over
boy.
there. Huh?
So y'all trying to get Dave Allen killed out
Dave
here.
Allen fought Luis Ortiz. Plus, he got the nerve to say he never want to see Luis Ortiz do good. So yeah, I mean, he beat up your man Lucas
Wilder,
Brown.
David Allen, right?
Know what I'm saying? But
Well,
look,
y'all put
I
David
just
Allen
don't. I
in
don't
there
even
with you.
agree. I don't even agree with. And I mean Boomerang back in. I don't agree with him because it's like, why Wilder got to go over there? His name finally starting to buzz over here. Why you gonna run over there now? Like,
Thank you, Elms.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna get David Allen out here killed, man. Can't put
No, we
David
not.
Allen there.
No, we
in there
not.
with fucking
We
Wilder.
giving Dave Allen a shot, man. We
Man.
giving him a shot.
I
man.
love David Allen too, man. Dave is my guy. He's my guy, man. White Rhino, know what I'm saying, nigga? Everything.
Let him get his shot, Mike.
Huh?
Let him get his shot.
There's only one Deontay Wilder.
At the champ, man. That'll be like everything.
Man, that'd be some of the easiest money Deontay Wilder ever made in the ring.
Hey, then don't offer it. We going out to the 442-224. 442-224. I'm sure you called in before, but I just, I'm having a hard time.
First time call?
What's up, fellas?
Nah, I'm
How you guys doing?
What's
What up?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What's up? I like the topic, but can I just say, do we all agree that Wilder AJ is not going to happen until 2020?
I mean,
Yeah, we can agree
that's
on
what
that.
it's looking like, especially, with this.
I think that's what all this shit is setting up for.
So then my question is, who is AJ going to fight after Ruiz?
I mean, he said he'll fight Usyk next.
Well, Usyk just got injured, so his fight got pushed back. So
if Usyk's ready. But, I mean, let me give you this
I
scenario.
mean,
Don't you think
Dillian
this
White
the
is
most
always
popular-
there.
it is-
Dillian White is always there.
Well, but see, that interview you did with Shelly Finkel the other day was interesting because Finkel said White was available for this fight when Miller pulled out, but he didn't. Hearn is using White and Wilder. I mean, White.
Yeah,
and
because
AJ.
White was available,
Those
but
are
that
top
doesn't
two
mean that he
fighters.
was. Listen, White was available, but that doesn't mean that they wanted him, right? Like the Zone don't want White; they wanted an American, someone that's going to bring American subscribers, and White ain't that. But that doesn't mean after this fight
Well,
they can't
exactly,
do
but
it.
he doesn't. Yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's like if AJ beats White again, White's stock goes down. If Wilder fights Ortiz again, Ortiz stock goes down. Don't you see the scenario? And it lines up perfectly for 2020. Wilder versus White, AJ versus Ortiz in the fall. If AJ and Wilder both come through on those fights, it sets up perfectly for 2020. Wouldn't you have to agree that's the perfect? And there's the only fights really that are realistic out there for both fighters.
Still got.
I agree. You know, it's a good setup, but like,
But you still got Tyson Fury and lingering around fighting Tom Schwartz coming up on June 15th.
man, bump Tyson Fury, bro. He fighting Tom Schwartz, man. We going out to Mastermind Joseph. Talk to me.
What's going on, Joseph?
You know, it's always funny to me, man. Wasn't it AJ that originally said it was going to be 2020 to begin with?
Yep.
Now you got
he said,
sheep,
I ain't got to fight Wilder to 2019, 2020.
Yeah, you got these sheep in the chat. That, oh, man, they talk. It's going to be a fun, you know what? I really can't wait till the day after the fight when we have the flagship show. And I wonder how many UK guys are going to be in the chat after AJ gets knocked the fuck out by Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, after Joshua lose, man, UK gonna take a dip.
The chat gonna be dead as hell.
Boxing.
I'll give them props for this. These sheep, man, they look. It's like 3 a.m. over there, and they go as soon as they hear AJ on TBV, they jump up to protect him. Though they got their guards up, and they out here throwing slugs. But it's
they got
okay.
to, man.
The time's coming. The time's coming. And they know what's going to happen. They feel it. So, you know, we're going to give you 2020 like you AJ protectors wanted. You know, you can hold on just a little bit longer. But Deontay's coming. If they see him in their sleep, that's why they up now.
Sound like
the
wire.
That's my call.
Omar coming.
2, Deontay's coming. 4,
Omar coming.
3, 4, better lock your door. Brandon in Cincinnati about to cry.
Why you finna cry for?
He always hating.
Okay.
What's good? Can you hear me, man?
Not your internet or your connection and your volume and all that.
He
other
got
shit.
dial up. AOL online.
Metro
Can you hear me
PCS.
I mean, RoboCop, come on.
I mean, while Brandon gets that together, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of this show, helps us grow. Lets me and Mike know you enjoy this late night show, catering to the West Coast. What up, Brandon?
Yeah, man. Now that we got the perspective of a real boxing fan, I don't see any reason for this fight to marinate any longer after these 2 fights coming up. If Deontay Wilder knocks Brazil the fuck out in spectacular fashion like I think he is, AJ knocks out Ruiz in spectacular fashion like I think he is, there's no need to let this fight marinate any longer. What does a rematch with Luis Ortiz going to do to build his brand up? It's not like he's going to sell more pay-per-views than he did with Fury. That shit's going to do worse than the Fury pay-per-view. It's not going to do better. So in actuality, he ain't building his brand up because the pay-per-view is something that nobody wants to see. I mean, at this point, there's no reason for this shit to be talked about any longer. I mean, no other fights make sense at this point, man. I mean, what I think happened is I think Shelly Fick went out Heyman's thing, they cash cow. You know, that owned this record flashed before their eyes in that Tyson Fury fight. And they said, let's pump the brakes on the unification. Let's let this guy build his skills up. Haters. And I think they said, let's get a couple more fights out of him before we put him in the ring with AJ. That's what I think really happened. Because before the Fury fight, they was all in on it, but now they want to slow down and build his brand up. Like, come on, man. Ortiz and Katanaki is not brand building fights. Those aren't pay-per-views that's going to sell more than the 300,000 he did. So how can those be?
Deleted.
Cut it.
Brandon Maurice, man. As always. Great call. Psych.
BoxingVoice.com.
It's money to shit. Working that bitch. Ballin' like Swish. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick. I'm whipping the purple.
H Money.
Hey, yo, what it do? It's your boy H Money, Mr. Dazn, the Boxing Voice 2019 Rookie of the Year. And I just want to talk about this Deontay Wilder situation. And I know Deontay Wilder, he's a friend of the show, man. And Ness, you are a brother to me, and so is Mike. So if y'all fuck with Deontay, I'll fuck with him, and it's all respect. And I ain't gonna disrespect nobody, bro. But man, Anthony Joshua is the cash cow. Let's just talk facts. He do got 4 belts. He do got a green belt too, by the way. The IBO is a green belt, and I like how it looks. Hopefully, we can make it happen. And I just don't want to wait too long, man, because I mean, we seen Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. The fight never happened. This could be the second coming of that. You know what I mean? And I don't want to miss out on a big fight because boxing needs this fight. I mean, Eddie Hearn is offering all the money. I don't see anybody else offering money. Where's Steven Espinosa's offer? Where's the Showtime offer? Where's the $50 million? Where's the receipt at? Eddie Hearn, he said, where's the receipt? Where's the proof? They need to stop lying to the people. Stop lying to the public. And I'm from America. And I fuck with Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn in the zone. So all that fuck shit people be talking about, all that fanboy shit, ain't none of that. Let's keep it real. Let's make the fight happen. Let's set it up. Because tomorrow ain't coming. 2020, I don't know if I...
Cut it. H motherfucking money, nigga, with that heat. At goddamn me 9:30.
Yo, where's the offer?
Right,
where's the offer?
Well, the offer,
the offer's to Luis Ortiz and to Adam Kopnacki. That's where the offer at.
That nigga said Espinosa was the offer.
Let's see.
I fuck with H Money, man. That's my nigga.
Did we
shout out M Town, man?
Did we hit up Rod and 870?
Nah. Shout out Pine Bluff, man. Go to him.
Rod.
What up, Don?
What up, Rod? You kind of low, man. You kind of muffled.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me.
There we go.
Yeah, man. It's just funny to me. It's funny to me that last year around this time, if you guys remember, AJ was acting like he didn't know Wilder, like he never heard of Wilder, acting like Wilder had never even, wasn't even on his radar. He was talking about fighting Tyson Fury, and if Klitschko would come out of retirement, and now he wants to fight so bad because of what you guys have been doing and the media putting the pressure on him and making it seem as if he was the one ducking the fight. So I'm kind of happy AJ is taking that approach. I just wish he would keep the same energy that he had in the past, whereas he acted like he didn't know Wilder, as if he didn't want to fight Wilder. Not he didn't want to fight him, like he didn't really.
You can't even act like that. He just did an interview with TMZ or IFL. Shit got last I checked, it had 170,000 views. And before they even start, he to this day. And then he start laughing he can't help but use Wilderisms in his interviews. How many times does he get caught using Wilderism? He can't. The days of saying that we don't know who he is, that shit is gone.
I think it's more of him trying to poke
exactly. No, I agree with you now. That he knows who Wilder is, but I'm talking about last year. The last thing, like Mike said, AJ is tailor-made, as I've been saying for the last 2 years for Wilder. Wilder's going to get in there. He's going to put pressure on him. He's going to knock him out. He doesn't have the head movement of Tyson Fury, and I think Wilder is a little more aggressive than AJ early on, and I think Wilder will catch AJ before AJ catches him, because AJ is usually a slow starter when it comes to knocking people out. He usually gets his knockouts later on in fights, whereas Wilder will come out aggressive early and take him out. That's my call, brother.
Yeah, if you ain't got no wheels against Wilder, man, you're in trouble, nigga. Fury got them wheels, you know what I'm saying? He was able to move around and box and do his thing and do his technique, but AJ is not that kind of guy. It's gonna be you hit me, I hit you, and whoever land the big shot first, that's what's gonna come through. I just think that right hand from Wilder and that athleticism that he possesses is gonna be a little bit too much for AJ.
Let me go out to KZ. Talk to me. San Diego.
Yo.
The weather's always great in fucking San Diego. Always.
Hey man, I ain't from no San Diego, homie. I'm from Watts.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah, I remember I met y'all at the
L.A.
Yeah, remember I met y'all at the weigh-in, Wilder and Fury.
Already. What's going on,
Yeah,
big dog?
yeah, man. So let me get those last two callers. Them niggas marks, homie. Let me tell y'all what it's about. Anthony Joshua, if he really want that fight, then that nigga need to show up to Wilder versus Brazil in front of the world and call out Wilder and offer that 50-50 if he really want that fight. If he don't do none of that, man, then he just bluffing for these fuckboy fanboys just to pump them up. You know what I mean? To me, he has to do something like that to prove he wants to fight. Or, you know what I mean? Like Wilder said. Wilder said he was going to smoke that nigga out his hole, and that's what's happening. That's what we witnessing right now. He's getting smoked out of that hole. But if he really wants that fight, he needs to show up in front of the world, get that 50-50, and prove it.
Yeah, man, he did say he was gonna smoke him out.
Agreed. Good call. Let's go to Boomerang on
90 seconds.
Talk to me.
Yeah, see, Ness, bro. This shit gonna all come down to money at the end of the day, Ness. The zone, bro, skipping them, bro, they come with the right type of money, bro. And I ain't talking about, like, just showing me a bunch of money and, like, yeah, since you ain't never made this here, you gonna take that. I'm talking about, like, some real money to where both sides know the fight work. And they can look at that like, yeah, now you opening up the bag, you dig? The same thing with ESPN and Terrence Crawford and them. They can get that Danny Garcia fight, Ness. They just gotta pay the man. They know what them numbers is, bro. You know, they pay kind. They lock the time fight down, lock Danny Garcia down. He ain't got nobody to fight. Everybody else tied up. Thurman fighting Pacquiao and Porter fighting Spence. Go ahead, lock Danny down, man.
Man, they can't
Don't
afford
let, man,
that
you gotta stop
investment.
letting these promoters.
Honestly, man, I think
What you
AJ
mean?
kind of
How they
salty,
can't
bro.
afford that? They pay time.
But
they pay time,
and
man.
it
They only
flop.
sold what?
And it
How many
flop.
people?
They ain't getting no ROR off Con. They still trying to get that money back. They
So-
got to
so
do a
what that
couple of
mean?
Tucson shows now.
10 seconds.
But I'm saying, no, that's because that flop. We gonna give up now. We gonna give up on Crawford. That flop. Let's fuck with Lomachenko.
No, because it flopped, you got to take him back to Nebraska.
Yeah, give Danny the money and bring him. Man, you got that money right, man. Danny go to the cornfield. He ain't tripping.
Cut it.
Cut it. Maybe. We got a new caller in New Orleans, 832-770. First time caller. If you're a first time caller, say so.
Yeah, this is Mike from Houston, Texas.
Okay, what's going on, Mike?
Yeah, just chilling, listening to y'all, enjoying the show like always. Yeah, I'm just my take on Anthony Joshua. I think he fed up now. He thought he was this stars that he thought he could be able to make $30-40 million like Flo and them used to do by himself. He could fight anybody. That don't work no more. You gotta fight somebody for people to spend their money. And the only way you can make money right now is by Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, the only way you can make that big money is fighting Anthony Joshua. I think there's no room for selfishness no more. They gotta fight each other. AJ by himself, he can't do no big numbers. All these 90,000 people, his biggest paydays in America for 17,000 people. You gotta understand the money's in America. You gotta come over and fight. He could make, just by fighting Deontay Wilder, he could make at least $80 million. I promise you, at least $70-80 million. So that's my take. Now he needs Wilder. He didn't need Deontay Wilder before. Now he needs him. That was my call.
I think AJ is kind of a little bit jealous, man. I was watching that Coogan interview, and one thing that I picked up, I think Coogan was like, "Yeah, man, Dazn really wants you." Then he was like, "Fucking, they gave Canelo 365," and that to me indicated like I didn't get that kind of offer. If they really wanted me, they would give me that kind of Canelo offer. So I think AJ may be a little salty that he didn't receive one of those big offers.
I mean, he don't bring that. He don't bring that the U.S. odds that Canelo brings, man. Look at Vegas. That shit was litty. AJ ain't gonna have Vegas like that. He gonna have
Shit.
it. He gonna have it with 17,000 Brits or 10,000
Yeah,
Brits.
yeah,
But
yeah. Them
but
Brits
but listen, that's not all that is there.
Yeah, they're not Americans.
You got to bring. See, when they do a Canelo fight, look at all the Latin stars that was there performing. Osuna, Bad Bunny. I mean, yo, the list goes on and on.
But yeah, black people there, nigga, to see Canelo. Like it wasn't just Latin. It was like the whole demographic.
No. But you're not getting what I'm saying. I'm talking about the community.
Okay,
right?
got you.
The surrounding hotels book artists to cater to the demographic that's gonna come in town. It's like if Future and Drake are in motherfucking Las Vegas, you think they gonna have Bad Bunny? Well, they might because he a feature, but
Yeah.
but no, seriously though, they ain't gonna have Bad Bunny. They gonna have more hip hop artists so that you cater to that demographic, and I think that's what they doing. Like Canelo come out, boom, they get Spanish artists. You know, they got the
like they had J-Lo last time. Remember?
Exactly. Listen, they ain't crazy. Jerron in Louisiana, talk to me.
Fuck, they definitely know how to make money. $12 fucking goddamn water.
Jerron, just listening.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, Jerron?
What's going on, brother?
Not much. I say he's frustrated. He's frustrated because he can't find a fight. He's frustrated because he done backed himself into a corner. Now he has to fight either Fury or Wilder, and he wants no parts of either one of them. That's my call.
All right, Louisiana, thanks for calling in. We going out the Boomerang. I mean, talk to me.
What's going on, big dog?
Yo, but this is what I'm saying. Like, if Joshua did a fight on the East Coast, even if Wilder doesn't have to go to the UK, cool. If Wilder does one fight on the East Coast, one fight on the West Coast, right? And between this year, right, and then at the bottom of this year, and then you know what I'm saying, do the fight at the top of the year. I think that's a good move right there. I think at that point, it shouldn't be too much back and forth. We're gonna go back and forth a whole another year. We're gonna go back and forth a whole 2020. That's not enough at that point to make the fight. Again, 50-50. I mean, really, again, I would say it's not gonna happen. But if Joshua says, "Yo, I'll give you 55-45," that's not gonna happen. But I'm just saying, like, you know, we're gonna say which guy is gonna press the issue and making the fight, and I think at this point they both got to give a little, like Wilder can't be so mad that he can't look and say, look, you know, and true indeed, because you know, not going back too far into it, it was Joshua who did not want Wilder in the ring, so now Joshua got to grab his little tiny nuts and he got to walk in the ring and talk his little shit. You know, so that's my call, fellas. Y'all keep it moving. Peace.
And this is like a message. Well, not even a message to like both guys, because Wilder did a 10-1 AJ fight, the Vladimir Klitschko, but they should really start going to each other fights to like build these fights. Like my guy Rod in A706 said, I believe. Wilder go to AJ fight and AJ go to Wilder fight, man. Be in the crowd. Let the camera pan to you. Let them do a little interview with you. Tell the people that's watching that you want the guy in the ring.
Bro, they both prideful. They both want to say
I
they don't
know,
need each
I
other.
know.
And
Sometimes, like my nigga said, you got to put your pride to the side.
Look. It starts with AJ first, and he's got the built-in excuse that he's in camp. He ain't going to stop
Both
camp.
of them in camp.
No. He ain't going to stop camp to go to Wilder fight. So it's up to Wilder in the eyes of the morally correct.
Man, he a heavyweight, man. It's different. He ain't got to make no fucking weight.
Man, nobody ain't gonna stop camp, especially when you had your opponent already pull out.
And he's supposed to like transition to like New York and fucking and like train. Remember, he said he's gonna be training in New York too. Not only Miami. The last couple of weeks of his training camp will be in New York. So if he's gonna be in New York, why can't you go to a Wilder fight that's at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn? That's all I'm saying. And Wilder, vice versa.
Because if you want AJ to do that, you ask him to be a real champion. You know what I'm saying? Wilder was at Vlad. Wilder was at Vlad fight because he wanted to unify. He wanted to unify. They ain't let him in the ring after that fight. You know why? Because they said, fuck that. This big business, kid. We going to do the rematch. And then they waited to see if Klitschko take that rematch, and they didn't. You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
has to get the ball rolling, and Wilder's up first. So
I already
AJ,
told you who got to get the
it got
ball
to be
rolling.
you.
Wilder in camp, and he got the fight, and his fight first.
Yep.
It's up
So
to
AJ,
AJ to
it got to
show
be
up.
you.
It's up to at least Eddie Hearn show up. Damn, is that too much to ask? Can we get Eddie to come through?
I bet Fury fuck around and beat her watch.
Could we get Eddie to come through?
Knowing the kind of nigga Fury is, he'll fuck around and beat her watch.
I mean, I'm going out to Matabula. Talk to me.
Matabula. Damn,
Sound
that's
like
nice.
my drink and shit. Malabuya.
Hey man, what's up?
What up?
What's the business?
I just want to talk about this Wilder and AJ fight. Like, I think they are going to fight. Like, let's not like they're going to fight. All this is just about promoters trying to get more numbers and make the fight bigger. But I see this happening in about summer 2020. And I want to ask you guys, what do you think about the Showtime, Dazn, which one will get to televise the fight? Because I think Showtime won't offer Wilder and AJ guaranteed of about 40 million. And I just want to know how many numbers do you think they'll do? Because in the UK they could do, I think, 1.8 million, but of course it's not that expensive as the US. But coming to the US, I don't know how many numbers do you guys think will do? Because did you hear what Oscar said? Oscar said if they do a million buys, of course Showtime takes 50% of that, and then the other 50% is what's left in the pot, which will necessarily won't be enough. So I want to know what you guys really think about that. Do you think Showtime?
Tell Oscar to tell you about all the motherfucking
International
sponsorships.
rights.
What about all the sponsorships?
UK,
Canadian
UK
rights.
pay-per-views.
You know, UK
Canadian
pay-per-view,
pay-per-views.
all that stuff. But
cut it. Just so.
Listen, Oscar's told us that in our interview, and that's probably where he's getting it from. And not only did he say that, but he said that Earl Spence isn't being promoted properly. Meanwhile, I had to show him, like, chill, champ. I know you're a legend, but let's not forget that this is better numbers than Floyd. And I had to like, yo, he did better than Floyd's first paper. He was like, oh, you're right. Trying to act like 400 is mediocre. You know what I'm
400
saying?
is damn good. And speaking of 400, we got 362 people watching live, so I need 360 thumbs up. If you like AJ and think he's gonna win, smash that thumbs up. If you like Wilder and think he's gonna win, smash that thumbs up. If you ride with Mike, you know what to do. And if you ride with Ness, unfortunately, go ahead and smash that thumbs down button. Thank you.
Yo, we got a super chat from Elio. He says, let go of the ego. No, let go of ego and pride. Take that guaranteed DAZN money plus UK pay-per-view. Don't gamble with your future. 120 million, Mr. Wilder. You'll never have to work again. But that's 120 million. You do got to work because it's 120 million for 4 fights, champ. What you talking about? Yo, you gonna make that in one fight. You gonna make that in one fight, man. You with the wrong team over there, man. Get your life right. Let's go out to Edward in Alabama.
What's going on, Edward?
Edward, did we get to you?
Hey, what's up, man? No, you haven't.
All right.
Y'all, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what I don't understand is why is there so much criticism towards Wilder taking Mom, I'm on phone. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, why is there so much criticism towards Wilder about this shit, about him taking 2 fights before the AJ fight when that was what the DAZN deal was? 2 fights and then AJ in 2020. So isn't that the same thing? I don't understand why we're even saying anything about it.
No. It was
it the DAZN fight?
No,
was there
Brazil.
4 fights?
It was Brazil, AJ rematch, and another fight in case they get a triple. You know?
Oh man, come on, man. Like I said, anyway, but like I said, I don't even know if Wilder said that he was going to turn down the 50-50 regardless, because I don't know what that came from. But AJ, like I said, the thing about it is, his biggest problem is he wants to isolate himself from the world. What he keeps talking about, I don't understand why these guys ain't taking it. Well, once you pay attention, they're telling you why they're not taking the deals. I mean, it's not difficult for you to understand. And it's hard to make a fight with a man that you don't even want to stand in the same room with him. I mean, it's like, what? And fight Usyk next, man. I don't think, look, why are we just assuming that Usyk's going to put his life up to just fight AJ in his second heavyweight title shot? Because Eddie Hearn or somebody says that. I think that's a ridiculous fight. I think that fight, Usyk, whoever he fights as one of the champions, needs to be at least 2 years from now. I mean, let him acclimate to the division.
Cut it.
Joseph, Mastermind Boomerang, talk to me.
What's going on, Joseph?
I just gotta say, man, I've never really followed the chat this much because I'm always on the road. But a lot of you dudes, y'all talk big in the chat. Why don't they ever call in?
Oh, they don't.
They sound like some punks to me. It's some real punks to me. Where I'm from, that's what you call a punk. When you typing and you can't talk. What's that you say, man? Why type when you can Skype?
Yeah, don't
Come
type
on, man.
when you can Skype, but they don't want to do that.
And they can't say they're busy because they in that chat over and over. So they if they could get on the line and call. So, but AJ knows what's gonna happen. We all know what's gonna happen. Them sheep is protecting, and I respect y'all for it. What I'm not gonna respect them for is after AJ gets knocked out by Wilder, then they're gonna jump back on Tyson Fury's bandwagon, and they're gonna try to love him again. We taking Tyson Fury too. He's American now. Just so y'all know. But yeah, man, stop talking. If you can't call in, man, don't be so brave in the chat. Call in, man. Grow up here. You know what I'm saying? That's my call.
If you're
Great
watching
call,
this on
Joseph, man.
YouTube,
Definitely grow up here. If y'all talk that shit, man, go ahead and sign up to fucking Border Wars too.
if you're
Talk
watching
that
this
shit
on
with your fist.
YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Helps with the visibility of the show. Helps us grow. Lets me and Mike know you enjoy this late night West Coast edition show. We going out to Tony P. Talk to me.
What's going on, Tony P?
I'm off mute.
You are.
Yes, sir.
All right. First thing I want to say real quick. This is Errol and Bud, Mikey and Lomachenko. It's all the same thing. This fight is going down that route. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say that nobody talks about. The reason this fight ain't happening is because AJ listened to Eddie too much. If AJ went to Showtime and Fox with PBC, and I'm not saying sign to PBC, but go to Amir Khan route, this fight always would have been an option. But since AJ is loyal to Hearn, and he messing with the zone, which is bad for AJ development anyway, because nobody got the app, we wouldn't be at this point. If AJ was with Fox and Showtime, he could get all access, cross-promotional opportunities. He'd be at the NCAA tournament. He'd get a lot more marketing than he's getting now. But whatever, here we are. So let's just enjoy AJ versus Ruiz and Deontay versus Brazil, bro. That's all I got to say.
Yes, sir.
Going out to Tibbs on Skype. Talk to me.
Yo, what's going on, people? Can you hear me clearly, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, a simple one for me, man. Both of them are just playing tit for tat, and I don't think that should be the case. However, don't shoot me, Ness. I do feel Wilder's team are kind of pumping the brakes a little bit, like after that Fury fight. That's just my opinion. However, I don't think he needs to do that, but as he says, he wants to go back to basics, air quotes. But yeah, at some point, I do believe it will happen in the summer. You know what I'm saying? And that's my call, boy.
Yeah, gotta agree.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. Looks like we got who's here?
Ooh, better swing.
Marcus, talk to me.
What's going on, Marcus? Yo. Marcus. Marcus got all quiet on us, man. He ain't fucking with us tonight.
Nah, I gotta probably connect them. Hold on.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man, 2020 seems like the logical year for this fight, the summertime. Make it a big fight, man. Make it a big event. I think you should do like what they did for the first Canelo and Triple G fight. Make it like a 5 to 6 month promotion almost, right?
I guess. Let me get to Marcus. Marcus on Skype, talk to me.
What's going on, Marcus?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, yeah, man, listen. We had already talked this thing up, man. Anthony Joshua thought he was going to manipulate the game. Everybody keep trying to take the Floyd Mayweather playbook, man, but they doing it all wrong, man. Listen, the heavyweight division is not stacked like 147 and 54 and 60 had been, where you could go get 5, 6, 7 fights before you had to fight the guy you needed to fight. We'd already had this talk a long time ago when Parker still had the title. It was only really three viable heavyweights that we were trying to figure out who was the best heavyweight amongst them. That was Joshua, Wilder, and Parker with Ortiz at the time. He popped, so we didn't know, but he was the wild card. With Wilder having defeated Ortiz and Parker lost to Joshua, Andy Ruiz fighting coming up. Everybody else, nobody believes any other fight is meaningful against Joshua or Wilder except each other. But Joshua didn't feel like he was going to be on the outside looking in because now Wilder's fought Ortiz and Fury, and in my eyes and in a lot of people's eyes, has the better resume out of the heavyweights that we know are in contention because Joshua doesn't have that. So Joshua, yeah, he might can fill up 80,000 in Wembley, but they're meaningless fights. So now he's back against the wall. He trying to make it seem like Wilder's stabbing out, but Wilder already said, just like I gave the example before, he's like the girl you keep chasing. You want her bad as I don't know what, but by the time she try to get with you and you really like, man, this body ain't gonna mess with me, and you really move on mentally and physically, then all of a sudden she see you moving on, she call you talking about, what's up, when we going out? Man, we ain't going out. I'm dealing with Shorty right here, man. If you still around, I fall back through and holler at you, but I'm dealing with Shorty now. She ain't gonna shake up my household, you know what I'm saying?
Cut it.
Canna, talk to me on Skype.
What up, Canna?
Yo, what old boy was just saying. What old boy was just saying about, yeah, you know how females be and all of that. That's kind of how this whole little contract shit is playing out. But the thing I remember from earlier, I want to say, why don't you put up like going live in 10 minutes on Patreon, because I get that push notification no matter what happens. But on YouTube, this shit is fucked up like they were saying earlier. That's my call.
I don't know why that shit's so fucked up on YouTube, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know either. And that's strange because we getting decent numbers, right? You would
Yeah, so just imagine if the niggas were getting this shit that they was getting on the fucking notification.
Yeah. But nice little evening show. Want to thank everybody that tuned in, everybody that participated. If you hit that thumbs up, you can do so. Future, present, past helps with the visibility of the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Get that notification bell. You see they saying they're not getting it. I don't know. I would say unsubscribe, resubscribe, and hit that like button. Hit that like button now. Hit that thumbs up button. Helps with the visibility of the show. I'm your host, Mr. Gibbs. This has been our third live show, plus we did a Patreon show. If you don't know what Patreon is, head on over to patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. Yeah, man, it's been a long day.
Yeah, man, definitely been a long day, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we got somebody trying to sneak in.
Alex Lemon sneaking in.
What up, Alex Lemon? What's going on, big dog?
Late night, he over there in the West thinking it's early and shit.
Yeah, you just got done eating dinner.
Dazn Beyonce Productions.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see what do we have here now?
BoxingVoice.com.
Everybody fight game wanna be like the Uno.
Dazn Beyonce Productions.
Limon, what up?
What's up, man? The hardest working boxing podcast out there, huh? You guys working, man.
Trying, bro.
For sure. Hey, yeah, it is, man. West Coast, man. Right now, I just finished eating. That's why I was trying to hurry up and eat before the show was over. It's sun's still out. Fucking wonderful day over here in the West Coast. But to go with the Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua doesn't want it. I mean, if Deontay Wilder did the $12 million, he was going to accept that disrespectful offer, and then that didn't happen. Then he was going to. Anthony Joshua said the $50 million. Deontay Wilder was going to give him the bag, and then he don't want that one. So I mean, let's think about King Kong Ortiz. I mean, you heard it from his camp how they were saying they wanted to fight, but they let a promoter run it. And I think that's what Anthony Joshua was doing. He's letting his promoter run it. So he's saying that he doesn't want it. He could always tell Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is his. It works for him. So all he has to do is tell Eddie, look, make the best deal possible, but I want the fight. Make it happen. And that's all he has to do. But of course, now Deontay Wilder, because Anthony Joshua's camp, they went personal on it. Started talking shit about Shelly Finkel and stuff like that. Started talking shit, making it personal. So now Deontay Wilder doesn't want to deal with them. I mean, you don't want to deal with these kind of people. So I don't believe that he wants it. And just real quick about the Canelo and Errol Spence, I don't like the fight. I think it's going to, weight classes matter. And I think it's anybody that's going to be, if they think they're going to pay for pay-per-view for that, $100, whatever, that's going to be a bunch of sheep because Canelo's going to, look at Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs is huge compared to Errol Spence. And
skills pay
Canelo's
the bill.
gonna.
Skills
That's
pay
what I'm
the
about to
bills.
say, man. Y'all nigga worry about size too much.
Skills pay the bills, champ.
Size and heart go a long way. Skills and heart go a long way.
I'm saying.
Hey, Ness, what you saying right there?
I'm saying stick to the script. We talking about AJ.
Okay.
Alex Lemon, man, thank you for calling in. It's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go ahead and be out, chill out, and just sit back, relax, have a good day. No, you're too kind. Thank you for the standing ovation, really. We truly appreciate it. Listen, we try. Is all we can say. Yes. Yo, so I'm out, man.
Yep, follow me at Gross1911 on IG or Gross2312 on Twitter. And yeah, man, AJ Wilder, probably 2020, you know what I'm saying, before we see that fight. But you can see us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. You ain't got to wait till motherfucking 2020, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow at 9, that's 8 o'clock Central. That is 7 o'clock Mountain and 6 o'clock West Coast and 2 o'clock UK. Any other time zones I'm not really familiar with right now, so I do apologize. But yeah, man, until tomorrow morning, peace out.
Peace.
Thank you for using